I should have known the weekend was doomed the second my doorbell rattled like someone was trying to summon a demon. Seriously, you ever get that gut feeling? Saturday morning, I'm standing there in my ratty old robe, barely halfway through my first sip of coffee, when that shrill, unmistakable voice cuts through the air, the kind that makes dogs bark 2 blocks away. It's Karen, our beloved HOA president, and let me tell you, she's standing in my driveway like she's the new sheriff of suburbia, clutching her sacred clipboard with both hands like it's a sword and shield. And right next to her is my buddy Matt. Poor guy, frozen mid-step with a box of donuts in one hand, looking like he just got caught breaking into Fort Knox. Matt had only stopped by to hang out and catch the game, but apparently, Karen had decided he was some undercover agent on a mission to uproot her prized tulips. You'd think a quick hello and a simple "he's my friend" would settle things down. But, yeah, that's not how things work in our neighborhood. I open the door, still groggy, and Karen's talking so fast I swear she's trying to set a world record. "Sir, I've called security. We can't have unknown individuals entering this property. It's a violation of Section 7B, unauthorized guests, no prior notice." And she's wagging that pen at me like she's about to write me up for breathing too loud. I try, really try, to explain that Matt is literally just here to watch the game, but Karen's too busy eyeballing his car like it's leaking radioactive waste, mumbling about unregistered vehicles and suspicious behavior. Now Matt, bless his heart, just stands there with that calm, easy grin, the kind that says, "I've seen worse." I finally get a word in and go, "Karen, this is my friend Matt. He's here for the game. Maybe you ought to check on your roses instead of policing my driveway." I kid you not. Her jaw dropped so hard I heard it click. "Oh, so now you're threatening me?" she snaps, voice rising. And before I can even roll my eyes, 2 HOA volunteers jog over. Back up, I guess, one of them gripping a walkie-talkie like he's about to defuse a bomb. It'd be funny if it wasn't so surreal. Then, right there on my driveway, Karen dials 911. I'm dead serious, over a box of donuts. She starts telling the operator she's got a trespasser, repeating herself so loud I think the next county can hear. Yes, a trespasser. He looks dangerous. Dangerous? Matt's wearing cargo shorts and a baseball cap. The only thing lethal about him is his donut addiction. Karen starts describing him like he's on the FBI's most wanted list. He's tall, sunglasses, he's got an earpiece. Oh my gosh, he's wired. And I nearly choke on my coffee. The wire is just Matt's Bluetooth headset. He always keeps it on. He's a detective, but he's off duty. She just keeps ramping up the drama. Matt finally leans against the car, grinning. "Ma'am, you might want to hang up that call before you embarrass yourself." Oh, she puffs up. "Excuse me, who do you think you are?" That's when Matt coolly pulls out his badge, Detective Matthew Harris. City PD. There's this golden silence, like the whole block just stopped to listen. Karen's face cycles through every shade of red in the paint aisle. You're a what?" she sputters. Matt's got that look, like he just caught the world's dumbest mouse. Off duty, but I'd recommend not wasting emergency resources with false reports. That's a finable offense. Her clipboard actually shakes in her hands. Her backup is now backing away fast. One even whispers, "Karen, maybe let's go." But Karen's not built for retreat. She stabs her pen at me again. "This isn't over. I'll be filing a formal complaint." Matt raises an eyebrow. "Go ahead. I'll be happy to include your call log in my report." As soon as Karen stomps off, muttering about ungrateful neighbors, I finally lose it. Just burst out laughing right there. "Man, you just broke her brain." Matt hands me the donuts, deadpan. "You weren't kidding about your HOA. I thought that'd be the end of it." Yeah, I should have known better. By Monday, guess what? Bright yellow envelope in my mailbox, screaming, "Urgent violation." Didn't even have to open it to know whose fingerprints were all over it. 3 pages, front and back, accusing me of allowing unauthorized law enforcement presence on HOA property without prior approval. I read that line 3 times, wasn't sure whether to laugh or cry. Since when did I need Karen's blessing to have a friend over? She attached photos, timestamps, even claimed Matt's police badge, created fear in the community. The only scary thing was how serious. She took her own power trip. Before I can toss the letter in the trash, my phone buzzes. It's Matt. "Got your HOA love letter yet?" I groan. You got one too? He laughs. Oh, I got more than that. She filed a report claiming I impersonated an officer. Internal Affairs already called. Don't worry, they're cracking up about it. My jaw drops. She actually accused you of that? Yep, at 2 a.m. Full of typos and conspiracy theories. Claims I'm part of a fake cop ring trying to infiltrate the HOA. I nearly dropped the phone. She's completely lost it. Matt just says, buddy, she's on a crusade. But I'm handling it now. When a detective says that, you know something big's coming. Next day, our peaceful cul-de-sac looks like the set of CSI. Suburbia, official cars roll in. Around noon, Karen, in her floral robe, phone in hand, speed walks out like she's about to break the biggest scandal of the year. See? They're back, she yells. Only this time, the officers aren't here for me. They march right up to her porch. I'm standing on my lawn, pretending to water the azaleas while soaking in the show of a lifetime. Matt and an officer approach her, hand her a document. Ma'am, this is a cease and desist order. You filed multiple false reports against a law enforcement officer. That's a serious offense. Karen's mouth opens and closes. Nothing comes out but air. What? No, I was protecting the neighborhood. You should be thanking me. Matt, cool as ever. Ma'am, you called 911 on a guy with donuts. Then accused me of impersonating myself. I think it's time. You stop policing pastries. Now the whole street's watching. Neighbors peeking through blinds. One guy recording from his lawn chair. Karen tries to flip it. This is harassment. I'll have you all arrested. The other officer just says, actually, ma'am, you're being formally warned for misuse of emergency services. Do it again, and you could face charges. Her face, priceless. If glares could combust, she'd have burst into flames. As the officers leave, Karen stands frozen, clutching her clipboard like a life vest. The second they're out of sight, she snaps. This isn't over. You and your cop friend are finished. Matt smirks, calls out, careful, Karen. Threatening a police officer is another line you don't want to cross. The neighbors are cracking up. One even shouts, hey, Karen, maybe file a complaint with Reality next time. That night, Matt and I sit out front, sharing coffee, laughing until we cry. Then he gets serious. She's not letting this go. People like her, they double down. If she keeps pushing, we'll make sure the board hears everything. Next morning, I wake up to an emergency HOA meeting on the calendar, Karen's first motion. To suspend me from the association for harboring hostile entities. What she doesn't know? Matt's been working on a little surprise of his own. Thursday night, the HOA clubhouse is jam-packed. Standing room only, buzzing like a hornet's nest. Karen's up front, her infamous clipboard stacked high, color-coded tabs everywhere, folder marked evidence in Sharpie. Matt's near the door, looking relaxed, hands in his jacket pockets, grinning like he already knows the punchline. Karen bangs her pink glitter gavel. Yep, you heard that right, and declares, this meeting is now in session. The security of our neighborhood has been compromised. A few brave neighbors trade glances. One pipes up. Is this about the donut guy again? Karen goes off. He's part of a larger scheme. I have reason to believe he's using that badge to intimidate me and infiltrate our community. The room goes silent. Somewhere in the back, someone snickers. She points at me. And you, Mr. Turner, allowed him onto HOA property without approval. You put us all in danger. I just lean back. Karen, if eating donuts is a crime, we're all doomed. Laughter all around. Karen's glare could have melted the paint off the walls. But before she can slam her gavel again, Matt stands up, calm, confident, a little dangerous in that polite cop way. Before this board votes, I think it's important everyone sees what really happened. He walks up, hooks a little tablet to the projector, and boom, the screen lights up with Karen's own doorbell cam footage. There she is, clear as day, screaming at Matt. Calling 911 over a box of donuts. Gasps all around. Karen turns pale. How did you get that? She sputters. Matt's cool. You sent it to the HOA as evidence. It's community property. Thanks for documenting your own meltdown. The place erupts. Laughter, even a round of applause from the board. Karen's scrambling. This doesn't prove anything. Matt just taps another file. Actually, it proves everything, including your false police report. I also have the 911 transcript and the formal warning you received. You could hear a pin drop. Then comes the knockout. And since you filed a fraudulent impersonation claim against an officer, the department's opening a harassment review. Internal Affairs will be reaching out to you next week. That's when the laughter dies and you can feel the tension snap. Karen blinks. You can't do that. I'm the president. Matt just smirks. You were. But Section 3A of the bylaws says filing false legal claims is grounds for immediate removal. Everyone turns to Linda, the vice president, who stands up, clearly savoring the moment. Then I move to remove Karen as HOA president, effective immediately. The vote is unanimous. Hands shoot up. Faster than popcorn. Karen's glitter gavel bangs the table one last time. This is a witch hunt, she cries. But Linda's already handing her a box. You can pack your things, Karen. She storms out, cursing, tripping over her own bag. Room breaks into applause. Swear, it felt like the season finale of the best reality show never filmed. Afterward, Matt and I stand outside, cups of coffee in hand, just staring at each other like, did that really just happen? He grins. I deal with criminals and scammers every day, but HOA presidents? Whole different breed. I ask, you think she'll chill out now? He sips his coffee. Nah, but Internal Affairs wants to hear how she accidentally accused a detective of running a fake cop ring. That'll keep her busy. Word spreads fast. By next week, Karen's resigned for personal reasons, and the new board quietly erases every ridiculous rule she passed, including guest pre-approval. Life goes back to normal, or as normal as you get. After your local Karen gets dethroned by a box of donuts and an off-duty detective. And now, every time Matt swings by, I just start laughing, because honestly, who else can say their guest got mistaken for a criminal, only to end up arresting the chaos itself? If you got a kick out of this story, hit that subscribe button. Every single one of you keeps me motivated to share even wilder, more satisfying HOA tales. And don't forget to tap the bell so you never miss what happens next. Tell me in the comments, have you ever tangled with a power-hungry neighbor or seen justice served right on your street? Let's hear your best or worst stories. See you in the next one, where justice just might taste sweeter than a box of donuts.